All it aspirants, you are listening to podcast Botany for NEET by S. Ramakrishna. The topic plant growth and development. Keep the NCERT textbook open with you. So listen with attention, connect to concept, how it is the knots between the lines are unraveled. Next, in very first page information, the plant growth and development. If you take organization of the flowering plant body, that is angiosperm, root, stem, leaves, flowers, fruit, seeds, from where it arises, that too in orderly sequence. How? During germination of seed, radicle develop into root, that is underground part, plumule develop into stem, that is positively phototrophic, aerial. The stem is going to bear branches, leaves, flowers, fruits, seeds. Next, during development process, seed, seedling, plantlet, mature plant, that is the tree. Of the same tree, root and stem unlimited dimension, that is indeterminate growth. Leaves, flowers, fruits, seeds having limited dimensions appear and fall off periodically, sometimes repeatedly. Periodically it is seasonal, repeatedly due to pathological diseases or hormonal changes. Next, why vegetative phase precedes the reproductive phase? During vegetative phase, leaves are formed. Leaves receives the photoperiod, that is the light. Some stimulus is formed. The stimulus transmitted to shoot apex. Shoot apex modify themselves into flower. Because shoot apex by themselves do not receive any photoperiod. Leaves are only the structure that receive the photoperiod. Only stimulus transmitted from leaf to shoot apex. Next, the variety of organs, variety of tissues. Is there any relationship between structure of a cell and function it performs? Yes. Variety of organs, variety of tissues. If you take the leaf, mesophyll performing photosynthesis. If you take the root, cortex performing storage and lateral conduction. Next, is the cell structure be altered structurally and functionally? Yes, cell structure be altered because cells undergo differentiation. And development is the sum of the growth and differentiation. Growth is cell division, cell elongation. Act of differentiation leads to maturation. So, act of differentiation leads to maturation means the cell matures that commensurate with the function it has to perform. If it is to perform photosynthesis, it is going to have the chloroplast in case of mesophyll. If it is storage, it is going to have the leucoplast and having intercellular spaces, that is the cortex. So cell commensurate with the function that has to perform. Different cells are direct descendant of the zygote. What attributes to different structure and function? The same answer. The cells undergo differentiation. Act of differentiation leads to maturation. Next, the zygote, that is fertilized egg, develop into a complex body organization, root, stem, leaves, flowers, fruits, seeds. Ultimately, it dies. So, in the life cycle of the plant, it starts with initially the seed germination. Seed germination, that is embryo peels out of the seed, develop into, that is the seedling. So, embryonic root, that is radicle, embryonic shoot, that is the plumule. Radicle develop into root, plumule develop into stem. So, seed germination occurs under favorable condition. Water, moisture, temperature, light is required during the germination. Next, if there are unfavorable condition, it forcibly enter into suspended growth, that is dormancy, till the return of favorable condition. Once the favorable conditions resume the growth, metabolical activities start germinating the seed. Next, with regard to diagrammatic representation of apical germination in case of Dolichos, the diagram itself indicating that During seed germination, due to elongation of hypocotyl, cotyledons come above the level of the soil. What do you call the germination? Epigeal germination. During this, an epicotyl hook is formed. This epicotyl hook is an adaptation to protect apical meristem, because while the stem pierces out of the soil, apical meristem might be damaged. In order to protect this apical meristem, the adaptation is that is having apical hook formation. If there is a non-elongation of cotyledons below the level of the soil, that is called hypogeal germination. But in a given diagram, Doricus, the germination is epigeal germination. Next, growth. It is a fundamental conspicuous characteristic feature of living organism. It is conspicuous. It is a characteristic feature of living organism. That is irreversible, permanent increase in size, weight, height, even individual cell at expense of metabolical energy, whether it is anabolic or catabolic. That is more of anabolism than what it is catabolism. If two options given, anabolism and catabolism, you have to prefer anabolism, because fresh weight increases with anabolism, decreases in case of catabolism. So at expense of metabolical energy. Leaf expansion is a growth at expense of metabolical energy. If you place a wooden flake in water, it swells. It's not considered as a growth because it is irreversible, not at expense of metabolical energy, not considered as growth. I am signing off from this episode. You will see in case of the next episode, the plant growth, it is indeterminate, and the rest of the